Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Andre. If you are new here, how's it going? We got a lot of new faces here. The last video you guys showed immense love. I appreciate each and every one of you that commented, liked, shared, all the new subs. I honestly didn't expect that to happen, and I'm so glad to have new people here. Welcome to the channel. Today's video, some context. The last video I talked about my experience with the Steam Deck so far. In today's video, I'm actually going to go over some plugins that I previously mentioned in my video prior to this. It is a loader, essentially called Decky Loader. And from that, you can install plugins. There's a plethora of plugins. I've been dabbling with about 5 of them that I think have really personally helped me personalize my Steam Deck to really make it my own. And there's a few of them that I'm going to give a honorable mention. I haven't used yet, but I think they would be cool. I've seen and heard some chirps on the internet that they are pretty sweet. But without further ado, let us dive into the plugins for your new Steam Deck. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to download Decky Loader. Super simple, super quick. First things first, you're gonna want to go to desktop mode. Now, I advise Bluetoothing a keyboard and mouse to your Steam Deck. It's super easy. You just pair them. Right now, I'm using a mouse and keyboard because, again, it is super easy. But once you're here, you pick the browser of your choice. I'm still using Firefox because it came with the Steam Deck. And then in here, you just go Decky Loader, and it is the first link. So from here, you just would scroll down and you see Decky Loader right here. So you would click download, okay? And then it would go to your downloads. And then once it's in here, you would drag it on to your desktop, and then you will double click it. And then there's gonna be a password. So prior to this, you are going to want to go into your settings, and then you're going to want to go into system settings. And I obviously won't show you guys, but you would want to go into your profile. In there, you can change the admin password. Once you do that, you double click this, punch in your password, and then it loads Decky Loader onto your Steam Deck, and then the fun can begin. So if some people are still a little unsure, I will just quickly show you because it might not be that obvious. So you go to settings right here, and then you find users, and then you just hit change password, change your password. Once you do that, you can then have a password to download Decky Loader onto your Steam Deck. So now when you click the 3 buttons on the right below the trackpad, you will usually get this, but at the bottom, you now have this, which is the Decky Loader. These are the plugins that I will be talking about. I just want to show you guys that when you click this button with the 3 dots, this will pop up as per usual. And then you have this down here. We have a store. I'll just quickly show you guys here. We have a store. It has a plethora of different things, but these are the 3 that I'm going to be talking about, and I will get to them. Okay, so the first one on the list is called Storage Loader. And basically what this does is it helps you kind of get rid of unwanted storage, maybe some shaders, maybe the cache, who knows. Basically, you are okay to delete them, but when you start the game, they come back. But the kicker that I recently discovered is if you say you're not playing a game anymore, it might leave some shaders around, or it might just leave some unwanted stuff. You can delete that and kind of fully delete everything from the game if you're not playing it. So it really just kind of helps keep your Steam Deck clean of unwanted things or things you might not necessarily need at the moment. The next one is HLTB for deck, which means how long to beat for the deck. So when you go into the game, right before you hit start, there's another layer of info. Basically tells you how long to beat the game, completionist, like everything, all the activities. So it kind of just gives you a grand idea of how long the game might be, if you just want to just run through the story, or if you really want to sit there and grind and do everything possible. It gives you that information, because sometimes we just start a game and it's been months and we're like, when is the game gonna end? This game kind of gives you a rough idea. The next one is ProtonDB Badges. Now, I know there are many games that are verified and not verified for the Steam Deck, and it will either give you a yellow check, a green check, or a little dotted check, and you just can't really play the game. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but there are some games that might have a yellow check or are, quote, unplayable that actually are playable. Now, what this plugin does is when you start up a game, you'll get a little icon in the left corner: platinum, gold, bronze, or borked. Now, what that means is it's basically giving you a score or playability on the game. Now, platinum is basically the game runs perfect, the game is good, full speed ahead, set sail. Gold, it's good, you know, might have to tweak a few things, but it's good. It's, for the most part, it's good. And as you can guess, as we go down the list, silver and then bronze. Now, borked means that the game will not run at all. It is completely just dead in the water. You can't play it at all. You can also click the badge to get more info on said badge and even the game. Like, for example, Horizon Forbidden West on my Steam Deck says it's unplayable, but when I check with ProtonDB, it says it's gold. And I was like, oh, that's quite curious. I wonder why. And it just says with some minor tweaks, the game will run actually pretty good. So I was quite surprised. I haven't tested it, but I was actually quite surprised that I could play that game, because again, there are some games that I have just checked to see if they are playable, and the contrast is quite interesting. CSS Loader is another one of my favorites because it can really help you personalize your Steam Deck. Now, what it does is it just basically gives your Steam Deck themes, and you can change a whole bunch of things. I personally just have a very simple one at the moment. I haven't deep dived into this plugin, but I highly recommend that you do, because you can be down that rabbit hole for quite some time. SteamGridDB. Oh boy, this is probably my favorite one of all. This plugin is hands down the coolest plugin I have found. So CSS Loader is my second. This, I think, tops it and just takes it to another level. This plugin, you can really customize your Steam Deck to a T and get it down to how you want it. You can let your personality shine. So when you start up the Steam Deck, you will have a wide capsule of the game. And if you don't have said game chosen, you have a smaller capsule. There's also icons and logos. So those four things, okay? This plugin allows you to change that to a very far extent. Now let me explain. So for example, you could change the wide capsule. What you're going to do is you are going to click the option button, and how you can manage the game, get info, uninstall. There is going to be a new option called change artwork. From there, the world is your oyster. You can change the wide capsule, you can change the side capsule, you can change the icon, and you can change the logo. Now, when I say that you can change it to a lot of cool things, I mean you can change it to a lot of cool things. And I recently discovered you can also change the logo positioning, make it bigger, put it off to the left. Like, I'm telling you, there is so much to do in this plugin. It is actually insane. If you just want to turn on your Steam Deck and you love the way it looks, that's completely fine. I'm happy for you, happy that you've entered the world of handheld PC gaming. But for the people out there that love an adventure, love to customize to their heart desire, I'm telling you guys, SteamGridDB is the plugin for you. It is so cool. Now, some honorable mentions. I tested this one. I wasn't a full fan of it, but I did try it out. Animation changer. Now, what it does is it changes the animation of your startup for the Steam Deck, and when you boot it off. Again, I tried it, wasn't a huge fan of it, but it is cool. They have a plethora of options that I'm sure you guys will definitely love. And the next one, EmuDeck. I plan on making a video on this. I haven't downloaded it myself, but pretty much as the name entices, you can emulate games. I don't even know where I'm going to start with this because I've looked at some videos and you can really, and I mean really, emulate games from like old games to modern games. I don't know the extent, but I have a few games in mind that I want to test. So EmuDeck and Animation Changer are some honorable mentions that I saw that I'm gonna keep on my wish list and try at a later time. Other than that, guys, that is the 5 plugins that I have discovered lately that have really taken my Steam Deck play to the next level and have just kind of helped me, again, really customize my Steam Deck to really make it my own. And I hope if you are planning on getting a Steam Deck, if you've just gotten your Steam Deck, or if you are thinking about downloading Decky Loader, I really hope this video has helped you. Again, leave a comment if you are wondering on something, you have comments, concerns, questions while you're down there. Can you also hit the subscribe button? Helps the video be seen by the world. And then off to the right, hit that like button. If you don't want to, that's okay. I'm just happy that you've at least watched the video till this point. As always, guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you again for the love on the recent video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.